Hello, this is Doug again, and today I'm going to talk about the Hex Bar Deadlift, something that I've been doing more of in the last couple of weeks. So I'm 52 years old, I am 6 feet tall, and I'm currently 196 pounds. So the reasons that I'm going to do this, so I mostly do calisthenics these days, right? Calisthenics is what I really focus on. I have a lot of really nice weights in my house, and I spent good money on my weights, but I'm not really using them with the exception of Hex Bar deadlifts and farmer walks, right? So the reason for doing the deadlifts is picking up heavy objects makes us overall stronger in most all areas. You know, when you pick up a heavy object, a heavy weight like this, and you stand there, you know, it's engaging most all of your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, and it puts a good strain on your body. You know, it's kind of like, it's more of a farmer type exercise. You know how everybody talks about farmers being super strong? It's because they pick up heavy objects, right? And sometimes they walk with them. So it's kind of a farmer type exercise, and I've been very happy with the deadlift routine that I've been doing recently. It's supposed to, number two, it's supposed to help improve our bone density. Number three, it is a lot safer than barbell deadlifts. So, you know, I went to the gym a lot in the 80s and mid 90s, up to the mid 90s, and I lifted a lot of weights, but I never really got into deadlifts, right? Now I did do a lot of reading on the deadlifts, you know, recently, and I've seen a lot of people get hurt with them, even seasoned pros. Even, you know, professional bodybuilders would admit that they got hurt, or people that have been doing deadlifts for many years, and they'd say, you know, their technique wasn't perfect on that particular rep or that particular day, and they hurt their back. And I'm 52 years old. I'm not, you know, going to try out for the Olympics or the NFL, or I'm not trying to break any records. So I don't need any of that. I don't need any trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get hurt. In fact, the number one goal for every workout for me is not to get hurt. The number two goal is to try and not be sore for the next day or the next 2 days. So I try to do more volume than intensity. So since, you know, the weights are on your side, either side of you, I think there's better balance, and you're not just leaning over in front of you and picking up all the weights. So I've only read of one guy who got hurt with a Hex Bar deadlift, and he said he hurt his shoulder somehow, but he's the only guy I've ever seen, so I think it's a lot safer. Number four, I began doing this exercise a couple of months ago and started with one set of 5 reps at 135 pounds, a very easy weight to begin with. I recommend, you know, especially if you're over 40, you want to go slow, right? When I implement any new exercise or movement, I will typically only do 3 reps of that movement, even if there's no weight involved, because I want to make sure that, you know, I don't pull any muscles or anything like that. So I actually did 5 reps the first time with this because I was somewhat familiar with it from years ago. I did some Hex Bar deadlifts like 6 years ago or 7, so I was somewhat familiar with it, but 135 pounds was very light. And again, I don't want to get hurt, right? You don't want to get hurt. So as you can see, here's my spreadsheet, my progress spreadsheet, and this was last week. And if I come all the way over here, here's my trap bar deadlift sets. So I did 3 sets, 15 reps total at 225 pounds. So like I said, I added a 10 pounds, you know, every week for the last 3 weeks. A couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, I was doing like 5 sets, you know, at 155 pounds. I decided to cut down my sets and do more because I started getting into the farmer walks. So I didn't want the exercise routine to go too long, so I decided I'd do 3 of the Hex Bar deadlifts and some more of the farmer walks, because I thought it'd be more beneficial for me to do both different exercises, more variety. Then here I am, March 1st, I did, you know, one set with 5 reps at 125 pounds, right? So it's been about 8 months, and I was just messing around with it for a while. Sometimes I wasn't doing it. I did it every so often. I only really started getting into it more seriously, definitely within the next month. So that just gives you a little context of how it's been going. So it was like 7 months ago when I did my first one, right? My first set. Now, I could have condensed all this if I was more serious about it and I saw the value of it earlier. then, you know, this might have been cut off. Instead of 7 months, maybe it would have been over 4 months, you know. But at any rate, that's what it looks like. Number 5, I very gradually added weight over time as I got stronger and currently do 3 sets of 5 reps at 225 pounds. I do that 1 time every week or so, right? 1 time every 6 or 7 days. So in the last month, I've been adding 10 pounds every week for the last 4 weeks because I've become more serious about my deadlifts. And number 6, I believe it's my number 1 most important exercise, even more than calisthenics. I feel it has improved my overall strength dramatically. I think if I was only able to do 1 exercise, it's either going to be the Hex Bar Deadlift or the Farmer's Walk, you know, for overall strength. So I've become a huge fan of it. So here is some video of me doing my deadlifts a couple days ago. So I got up to 225 pounds this time. So I do everything barefoot. I exercise barefoot. A lot of people say it's good to exercise barefoot, walk barefoot. I don't know how true that is, but I've read it a couple times. So as you can see, I breathe in on the way down. I breathe out on the way up. Everything was feeling good. My grip felt good. I'm always trying to feel how I feel, you know. Do I feel any problems with my body? Everything felt good for those 5 reps. Yeah, it felt pretty good, right? So I came back another 2 or 3 minutes later, and then I did my second set, right? Again, I check the weights on the side. I make sure my hand is positioned in the middle on both sides. Very important, right? Make sure that I feel okay. I mean, if I felt anything bad, I would just stop. I'd immediately stop because you don't want to mess around with this kind of stuff, right? But everything was going good. Not bad. So everything was. So this was my third set. Check both sides, make sure everything's there. Again, I wait about 3 minutes in between my sets. I walk around, actually. I walk for 3 minutes between. I'm not saying I have the perfect form. You can look at other people's videos on form. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. I'm just showing you what I do, all right? And this exercise has made me feel so much stronger in the last month. Yeah. So what that means, when I feel like, hey, it wasn't bad, that means next week I'm going to add 10 more pounds, right? So in a couple days, I'm going to do 10 more pounds. I think my right hand was feeling a little loose on about my 5th drop here on my last rep. So I work, you know, I try to improve my grip on a regular basis. Yeah, when I feel like it's not bad like that, I'm ready to add 10 more pounds for this coming week. Again, I try not to max out with my exercises. I try to do up to about 80% max effort. With something like this, I may get up to 90% max effort. We'll see how it goes, but I really don't plan on doing like a personal 1 rep, you know, personal record or whatever, anything like that kind of stuff. I'm going to try and keep it in a range of 5 reps to be safer, you know, with lighter weights. So yeah, so I've been doing this. I'm a huge fan of the Hex Deadlift. Even in your 50s, I think it's an amazing exercise for everybody. I think you should start really slow, very light, and, you know, let your body over time, you know, get stronger and stronger due to the stress. You know, you need multiple nights of sleep as your body gets stronger over weeks before you really start like pushing it. So now I'm starting to push it. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add another 10 pounds. Next week I'll add another 10 pounds. If this feels good, I'll add another 10 pounds. You know, the next week. But definitely a super important exercise, and there's no question this has improved my overall strength, definitely within the last month. You know, if you have any questions, just let me know. Leave a comment down below and I'll try and answer it. And thank you so much for watching my video. Take care. Bye-bye.